Hey guys, welcome back to Input, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Titans Return Arcee. Now, I wanted to do a unboxing first impressions video, but my phone, or my camera, excuse me, kept running out of space, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff, and YouTube, I don't think, will let me merge the videos. So this is still a first reaction type video type situation, so just bear with me. I'm sorry. I'll go through the box. So you got the front of the box here, Hasbro logo there, bare sides, and then you get the Transformers logo right there in white. Looks really good clashing against the black background, and then all your information and stuff right there. And then when you open the box, you get your collector's cards up top. Now, I don't know, there we go, pen up just a little bit. Now, I don't know if, not too sure how you're supposed to be able to take these out. It is, the plastic is sealed on the cardboard here, and then it's taped down. So I don't know if they taped down this up here so you could slide them out or whatever, but I'm not going to chance it. I'm just going to leave them in there. And sorry if you're watching it and you're really curious about the stats. I do apologize, but I don't want to tear up the box, you know, just be able to pull out the cards. So now you do get the artwork right back here like you usually do with the, I think all the way from Combiner Wars all the way up now, they've had this style of like inserts and stuff. And then right up here, you get the name of the characters that are on either side, and you get some pretty cool schematics for Arcee and Ultra Magnus, and a pretty cool Autobot decal logo right there. And then when you open up the box, you get this really awesome artwork of Arcee in the background. And I just think that looks cool. Now, it's the same as the collector's card. It's the same picture, but it's blown up, and it looks really nice. And you get your Titans Return logo down there, and you get your figure, your Arcee figure sits over here. The instructions are in the back, and her guns are housed here and here on either side. You get some really nice artwork of Blaster, Fort Max, and Prime. And then you get over here is where Ultra Magnus is held. And it even says the name right here. I didn't notice that the first go around. That's actually really cool. The Autobot logo. It says Ultra Magnus in the plastic. It's like it's etched into the plastic, which is really cool. I think that's a really nice touch. Good job on that one, Hasbro. That's freaking sweet. So that's the box. And let's get down to brass tacks and check out Arcee here. We're also going to take a look at Ultra Magnus. Just the whole box. Everything that came in the box we're going to look at, except for the collector's cards and instructions. Because like I said, I'm not too sure how to open those without tearing up the box. So, right out of the gate, well, you know what? We'll go with, boom, Ultra Magnus. Unfold him real quick. So, there is Ultra Magnus. He does hit all the points to be Ultra Magnus. He has the blue faceplate. Now, this is supposed to be Ultra Magnus outside of the Magnus armor, so where he looks like a white Optimus Prime. So you do have the blue mouth guard, the red eyes, and then the blue head crown piece. Now, everything here that you see here, the legs and the arms are and the head is cast in a white plastic, where the main body and the Ultra Magnus head on the back is all die cast. I think that's really cool. It's a nice touch that Hasbro's been doing with some of their box sets and a lot of their exclusives and stuff where the Titan Master has been die cast. It's like Rat Trap said, guys, die cast. It's a lost cause, or a lost art form, something like that. Anyway, it's been a while since I watched Beast Wars. Anyway, I'm doing good, just remember that one line. But yeah, you fold him up just like you would any other Titan Master. Now, he's really tight, and I think that's mainly due because the thickness of the paint and stuff like that, but he does fold up and become a Magnus armor covered head for Ultra Magnus. Now that's freaking sweet. I think that hit both marks. That's really cool. So that's the head for Ultra Magnus, and we'll see what he looks like on a Titan Master here later on. Now, the big thing that everyone's here for is blam, good old Arcee herself. Now, this is a really cool figure because it's a throwback to something that Hasbro originally wanted to do back in the 80s. And Arcee was going to be her first figure was originally going to be a Titan or a Headmaster for the American Headmaster cartoon. And it was originally going to use the Chrome Dome mold, but people's love of Transformers and cartoons and all that stuff, it started to waver, started to go away, so they pretty much canceled the rest of the line, and they started making efforts to move more towards like the G2 toys, and essentially kind of figure out what they could do to, I guess like further themselves as far as like the toy world goes or whatever. But now, so they brought the figure out as a Titan Master or Headmaster, and they decided to use the blur mold. I'm not too sure why they didn't go with the Chrome Dome mold. I guess because it, this is a little bit more feminine looking, I guess. And that works, and that's fine with me. So she's packing these two pistols, which is cast in pink plastic and painted gray. Now, the weird thing is that she does have a 5mm hole in her fist, but the guns are cast with a square peg. It fits fine. There's no fitment issues or anything like that. Fits perfectly fine. I'm not too sure why they went with that idea, but it is what it is. And you know what? I'm fine with it. As long as the gun fits, I'm perfectly cool with it. So let's take her shield off. And there's a lot of paint on this, man. There's enough paint on here to rival something that Takara would put out, and that's the honest truth. Like, this right here is cast in a pink plastic, and this is white paint. That's white paint. And then the Autobot Tambograph right there, and that's paint too, essentially. So all the paint goes down. There's no real stopping. There's no solid, stopping points. Yeah, that should probably come further down or whatever, but I guess it doesn't really matter. And then you get the sled. So what you can do with this is every other Titan return gimmick. Yay, let's pop Daniel off here and plop him in the sled. Now you can go sliding down St. Hilary, or Mount Hillary, until it erupts, I guess. So yeah. Now her head is really cool. This is supposed to be Daniel in his exosuit, Daniel or Spike in the exosuit. But this is actually done from the same mold as the blur head right here. So everything on this Titan Master is the same from the neck down. It sans the paint job and stuff, but yeah. So same guy, same figure. So that's pretty cool, I guess, cost saving measures or whatever. But then when you fold them up, she's got the pink ears. It doesn't go all the way over. I really wish that they used a different arm that had, like the Hot Rod arm has that circle that goes onto the arm as well, and they could have finished the coloring over in the pink section right there. But all of this is paint. It's painted extremely nicely. The blue all over the place, the pink and the white. Even the white up here is painted. And I would think this is cast in a white plastic, so... Or maybe, no, it looks like the face is cast in a pink plastic and then painted white. Either way, it looks really good. And Daniel in the exosuit, I think, is a nice touch. So, just plop Daniel back on. Now, mine doesn't like to sit on very well. I do have to put a little bit of extra force, but not much. See, it's still wiggle around and stuff. Now, like I said, it is the blur mold. Mine did come out of the box with some scratches and stuff. Now, that's nothing I did, but there is some nicks and stuff in her paint from factory. You see right here, and then there's a little piece of it right there. I'm not too concerned about it. Like I said, I really doubt if I called Hasbro they'd be able to remedy the issue, and they would probably send me another one, and I don't want to take that away from anybody or whatever. This is the chances that you get, or the chances you take whenever you order something from a company like that. And I originally thought this was a rub symbol right here, but it's not. It's just gray paint. I was really excited when I thought it was a rub symbol. I thought that was a really nice touch, but like I said, it's not. So let's go ahead and get down. You know what? Before we go down the transformation, let's do a comparison with Blur real quick, since one of her mold mates. Now I do have Brainstorm as well, but he's in the other room, and it's pretty much the same mold here. So you can see exactly what they did the same. It's the same same thrusters on either side. It's the same feet all the way up. Looks like it's the same. Yeah, I would definitely say it's basically chest on down is the same. The arms are a remold, obviously. And the head is a remold. And then the back. Yeah, the back's the exact same too. It's just colored differently is all it is. And then the sleds, there's his sled or nose cone or whatever. And here's Arcee's. I guess we'll do it that way. Oriented the same way. So there is some resculpting and some retooling and stuff going on here. And there's some white paint slop right there. But there is quite a bit going on that's enough of a redo of a figure to make it stand out on its own. And that's mainly because of the paint. I mean, the white right here on the legs really slims her down, stuff like that. It does make this look like it's all thrusters and all that stuff. So I do like it. I do think it looks really cool. So let's get down to transformation. We'll remove the head, set the head over to the side. And just like Blur and everything else, this does sit on her back. Even in robot mode, the shield does sit on her back. A lot of people, you know, they'll say that looks kibbly or whatever, and I don't really care about that. All that stuff has to go somewhere in a transformation, guys. You're not, you know, that's why they put Masterpiece out there. And hell, even early Masterpiece didn't really fix that problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold these down like so. Lock them into place. Like I said, this is the exact same as the Blur mold. So if you have the Blur mold, you're good. You know what you're getting into. Now what I like to do is I like to split these first. Go ahead and just split that and open this. And then you flip down the seat or flip up the seat. Okay. You flip this around, which this is giving me a little bit of issue. Doesn't look like I've stressed anything. Okay. So there we go. You just want to pop this up, make sure it all lays flat and everything, and put that into place. All right. Open up this leg, and this will give you the rocket thing that goes on the back of her car. It's the same with all the other molds. That's where they hide everything. You want to open up this leg as well. Brand new figure. Everything's in here. Really, jeez. Okay. Flip the feet up. Like so. Bring these up. Go over the calves. And snap everything in. Come on. I mean, this, and what's crazy is to me is I really thought this figure would be loose jointed and stuff. Mine's not. And you see this peg right here, there's a peg hole down there. Just want to make sure it all snaps into place and slides in. And like I was saying is that mine, I really would have thought, you flip these around, would have suffered from some kind of mold degradation. Now, that might be the case for some people. That's definitely not the case on my copy of the figure. So, and then this part's going to fold underneath that back section. And then this tab and the hole, just line it all those up. Make sure it all clicks into place. And do the same thing on this side. Click it all into place. Put Daniel, spacesuit and all. You have to sit him down like it's a chair, because it is. You pop him in there. Close the cockpit. And there you go. You got Titan's Return Arcee. And man, you know what? For a remold, there's things about it that I don't like. Don't get me wrong. But there are things that this vehicle mode does so well for Arcee. It's just plug those in like that if you want to. that it does so good with. I mean, it does roll really well. She does look like some type of Cybertronian sports car or something. My only complaint is that it's the same complaint that I have with this mold in general, is that the cockpit doesn't fully go all the way back. And I felt like for Blur, that was fine. You know, new mold, new figure, whatever. I thought they were pushing it with Brainstorm. But this time, I really, really wish they would have extended this cockpit just a little further back. I mean, it could still slide back and slide into place and stuff. So you can have like a full door up here. That's really, guys, that's really my only complaint with the figure. I mean, even, yeah, the gap is a bit of an issue for me. That does look really awkward. But man, I really don't know how they would have fixed that, truthfully. So, and here's a bit of the underside. You can see. I mean, it's definitely a robot underneath a car, but yeah, man, I think that's really cool. So, and you know what? I did promise you an Ultra Magnus head, and I don't want to transform her on camera again just to do this. So here's Titan's Return Blur, same mold, and he's blue, so this works. This might work out a little bit better. There's Ultra Magnus. I don't think that works at all. Wow, that looks so awkward. Jesus Christ, I don't know what to say about that. I don't really know why they did an Ultra Magnus Headmaster. It just doesn't look right to me at all whatsoever. So, put Blur's head back over here. Like I said, he will probably most likely just sit in a box in my closet. She was the reason why I bought this set. He was an added bonus, but really I don't really see a need for him. I mean, he's cool. He's a great piece add-on, and you know what? The playability is there, and I think that's really cool. But this set, it's meant for an adult collector, so I really don't know what to make of this guy. I do like him. I do think he looks really, really cool, really awesome. But truthfully, I feel it's just an incentive to buy the Hascon or Hasbro.com exclusive, which is what this is. And Hasbro did say they were going to do a retail release of this, so it's probably just going to be her and not him. So it's probably the initiative figure or the incentive figure to get you to buy it, buy the set. So, final thoughts on the figure. Man, I cannot. You know what? There's two groups of people that I'm going to talk to about this figure. The people who don't have an Arcee figure, and they want one, I will suggest getting it, but also look at the Thrilling 30 figure and see which one that you like best, truthfully. That being said, if you're a Transformers, I don't want to say the word junkie, but you're kind of in the same boat with me, where you are a bit of a junkie. You do love Transformers, but you also love the history of the toys and the figures and stuff, and getting things like old throwbacks and stuff like that that you didn't think you would get. Then I can suggest this figure. However, as of right now, I bought mine off of Hasbro's website. There was no mad dash type situation for this figure. It did sell out the same day, but it took a couple hours to sell out. That being all said, I wouldn't overpay for this figure. This figure shipped after everything was said and done. The cost of the figure was $24.99. The cost of the box and the Ultraman, the whole set, was $24.99, and it cost me roughly $10 to ship. So I paid $35 for this and this, which is roughly anywhere between 20 to 25 bucks, depending on where you go. So my local comic book shop charges $20 for their Transformer Deluxes. My local Target charges $15. And these at my local comic book shop are anywhere between $6 and $8, and my Target charges $5. So, like I said, I don't feel like I overpaid. But if you guys are looking at her and she's on eBay or wherever you're looking website wise, I would not overpay. But like I said, just make up your own mind on this one. I really can't suggest going out and buying this figure, especially at the current pricing. I don't think she's worth that. I would say pick up the Thrilling 30 at that point. But for those of you who are seeing or liking what you see, go out, pick it up, and essentially just enjoy it. It's aimed at an adult collector market. So yeah, like I said, I can't recommend this figure to everybody. Just those few people who would find enjoyment in the fact that this was something that Hasbro thought of bringing out, because it's just a throwback idea to something that they had way back when. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on the figures, guys, on both figures really. So I guess I'll see you next time. Enjoy your figures, enjoy your toys, because they'll, that doesn't sound right. I was going to say they enjoy you. Anyway, you know what? I think for this video, I'll stick with the Joey Gladstone thing. Cut it out. Next time. See you later, guys.